This might sound like an absurd statement, okay, but just, cast your minds back, okay? Just go back a couple of decades, and when I say things like, Mark Hamill is the perfect avatar for Star Wars, okay? You would think, yeah, of course, like Luke Skywalker represents the brand, and why wouldn't he, okay? That would be a perfectly innocuous statement, but now I'm going and just fast forwarding to the current day, okay? Just taking a look through a modern lens in 2025. Modern Star Wars is perfectly represented by modern Mark Hamill. I still think that it accurately assesses the situation unlike anything else, because both are just dilapidated, brain-rotted messes. Star Wars actor Mark Hamill loses his pants at the BAFTA Awards while we're presenting in latest humiliation. Like, this is bad. This is really bad. It's hilarious, don't get me wrong, but this drunken fool, I mean, like, it's not hyperbolic. We got the video pulled up right here. And bro, there's no other way to explain this. You just can't say, no, it was taken out of context. It's just, he didn't lose his pants. He, the stage collapsed or the podium gave way. He lost his balance or something like that. It's like, no, this drunken fool forgot to do up his belt, and I have no idea, man, but we'll play this real time, real speed, 19 seconds, and you can hear the moment where he knows, oh God, my pants are falling off at the BAFTA Awards. What?
So what makes us love cinema so much that we're all gathered here to celebrate tonight?
You can hear, let's just gathered here tonight. Okay.
For me, it's that films create worlds so vivid and stories so powerful.
The story's so powerful. You can hear the moment where he's like, oh God, okay, I'll run that back just a little bit, because it's hilarious. The moment that he knows, oh shit, that's shit. I'm about to, my pants are about to join my socks here in a moment.
Vivid and stories so powerful.
Oh God, so
that we lose
powerful.
ourselves in them completely. They create immersive cinematic landscapes that feel alive, whether they're set here in London or anywhere. So what makes
the fact of the matter, it's just so, it's hilarious, right? Because I don't know, maybe the cameraman was in on this shit, but the fact that they got to a wide shot like that, like, what are you doing? Okay, like, it's bad enough that you got a drunken old asshole up there on stage just completely losing his shit, trying to tuck in his pants, and you cut to a wide shot, bruh. Shout out to the producer for some good comedy right there, but I mean, it's interesting, right? Trump hater and Star Wars actor, which it's so wild, right? Because 77, 80, 83, that was a long ass time ago. And yeah, he came back in 2017 and 2019 to thoroughly assassinate the one character that he's really known for. But Mark Hamill, outside of the confines of Star Wars, it's like he's a professional nobody. Okay, yeah, he was one of many Jokers, but at this point in time, being the voice actor for Joker, it really doesn't mean that much. And yeah, he's super talented in that role, but as there are so many famous and beloved and well-received interpretations of the Joker, it really doesn't mean all that much. And now, in the current day, what is happening with Luke Skywalker, does anybody... It's wild. It's wild because, like I said at the beginning, just cast your mind back, and you would hope that Luke Skywalker would still represent Star Wars or be analogous to the health of the brand, and well, it is just for all of the wrong reasons. The 73-year-old could be seen giving his speech while his voice got shaky and he suddenly started grabbing his pants. Someone sitting in the front row told The Sun that it looked like his pants were way too big for him. Yeah, you just get a belt, or the fact that you got this tux, you know that you're going to be presenting, and nobody tailored it, because unless he got the tailor job done, years ago? Okay, like, I don't think he's really losing that much weight all that often, so it's just unforgivable. Mark started speaking, and then the suit trousers just dropped to his knees. Oh no, it was like they were way too big for him, the source said from The Sun. All the big stars, such as Timothée Chalamet, Ariana Grande, Adrian Brody. Well, oh yeah, if he was missing a belt, he could have just used Ariana Grande. Like, holy shit, man. What the hell is going on with that chick? Like, I a couple months back when she was on the press tour for Wicked, I was like, yeah, she's a little thin, but it's like, for most people that are just used to being accosted and having their feeds filled up with all of these pre-diabetic bitches, and the fact that you see somebody who is, a little thin and you think that she's on death's door, but recently, I mean, like, if people thought that she needed to add like an additional 5 pounds, she just needed to have a cheeseburger. At this point in time, man, if the rumors of the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot with Johnny Depp have any validity, is she auditioning to be the logo for the franchise? Because holy shit, man, it's just skin and bones. But yes, and Adrian Brody, would have seen it from their angle. Most guests look horrified, but said nothing. Yeah, you could just hear a pin drop in that auditorium the moment that he was going, oh God. But then the fact that you don't play that off, just going, oopsie daisy, you guys almost seen my lightsaber there for a minute, just kind of lets you know exactly the frame of mind that he was in. Yeah, they were just turning wide-eyed as to say, I did that just happen. Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, man. People have known for a while that Mark has had, a bit of a problem with a couple of things, and this right here, it's like, yeah, but, well, you could have empathy with somebody who is, struggling, going through some things, obviously, wishing them the best. When it comes to Mark Hamill, it's really tough to do that because he's laid bare to the world that he is just a piece of shit. So, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. In a moment more awkward than kissing your twin sister. Get it? Because that's what happened in A New Hope. You get it? Mark Hamill's trousers abandoned ship, mid-speech, dropping faster than Boba Fett into the mouth of a sarlacc. Star Wars reference, you guys get it? I would have said, dropping like the Mandalorian into the living waters of Mandalore. It was so hilarious. He walks into that pool and he just sinks like a stone. Shit was funny. As he scrambled to pull them up and the actor's shaky hands and panicked expression seemed to imply that he had a bad feeling about this. Don't believe me? Yeah, we watched the video. Mark Hamill's pants aren't the only thing that's been slipping in recent years. Yes, the Star Wars legend has become better known for his political meltdowns and movie magic, which, yeah, okay. There's so many people, okay, that have a connection to Luke Skywalker. I'm not somebody who grew up with Star Wars. I was very late to the party on this one. Still not the biggest fan, but I've watched a lot of content on it, and I've got to go back and I got to watch the original 6 films. Okay, like the prequels and the OT. I got to rewatch them to just see. It's like maybe I'm missing something because I respect what they've done for the medium, and there was a point in time where, when you were talking about big famous franchises, it's like the Star Wars, that was it, okay? It was the poster child for something being popular. And now what has happened in recent years, it has gone from the biggest thing on planet Earth to something that can't even pop a rating. Like Star Wars Skeleton Crew is a confirmed failure. No episodes made it into the Nielsen ratings. It charts as post-Acolyte fan apathy buries Star Wars, which, yeah, that's also what's going to happen, because what else is on the calendar for Star Wars this year? Andor Season 2, which was already, prior to Ahsoka, prior to the Acolyte, and prior to Skeleton Crew, the lowest viewed Disney Star Wars project, okay? Which at this point in time, Lucasfilm would die for, but Andor does have good word of mouth. But it's a season 2, and it's going to be tough because you're, 3 years removed? I think it came 2022, right? I think that's when it came out. You're about 3 years removed. And do you think people are going to be tuning back in for something that has a definitive end, especially in today's day and age where everything is just content? It's going to be tough. I'm sure it's very likely we're going to get, like Ahsoka Season 2 at the end of the year, or something's going to get announced at Star Wars Celebration. But does it really matter? Is any of this stuff going to turn around? Is it going to have to go the way of Doctor Who and other rumors out there? The BBC is looking to put it on ice for 5 to 10 years. I think for anybody to give a shit about Star Wars, we're going to need a considerable gap. But that's not going to happen, man. But it's official. Skeleton Crew is a flop. It's become the lowest performing Star Wars project to date. Not a single episode of the Skeleton Crew made it onto Nielsen streaming rating charts. A grim first for the once unshakable franchise. As first pointed out by Cosmic Book News, even with all 8 episodes released, there was no late surge from binge watchers. But yeah, ended up from the people that did watch it, both of them that are out there. Okay, the consensus was, yeah, it was fine. Okay, that was the high end of reviews, other than, some people that would come out and say, it wasn't great, it was inoffensive, and scores would range anywhere between probably a 3 and a 5. That would be about where it was at. Better than the worst of the slop, but not better than, Andor. Cool. So totally forgettable. And if this was, a franchise firing on all cylinders, it would have done something. People would have excused it instead of trying to hold it up as something far more relevant and far more important than it really is. I'm not, you're not, the shills are, but we're seeing how much their endorsement really means, especially with just the ratings dying on it. In a week that Skeleton Crew episode 8 premiered, the number 10 spot on the Nielsen ratings charts went to Apple TV's Silo. Yes, with 396 million minutes watched since Skeleton Crew didn't appear on the chart. Its finale clearly failed to reach even that low bar. And I haven't even heard anybody review the finale. Honestly, I heard a couple of people, check in right before it and said, it's, whatever, Jude Law's good in it, but outside of that, it's it's tough to care. And because Nielsen measures total minutes for all episodes watched during the week, it's evident that Skeleton Crew failed to generate any significant binge watching activity. For perspective, even The Acolyte premiered with 488 million minutes for the first 2 episodes. Yeah, and I just recently rewatched EFAP's coverage on it, and bro, god damn it, man, that shit was so stupid. And yeah, it definitely had a knock-on effect for this, and it was the straw that broke the camel's back when it comes to people giving the benefit of the doubt to Star Wars, and even for the normies to tune in and go, wow, this is what the Darth Vader franchise, that's what this is all about now. Oh, okay, cool. No more Death Stars. We're just talking about covens of lesbian witches out there in space. That's very interesting how all your stone huts can go ahead and emulate like that. That's kind of wild, but that's what you're doing with that. All right then, best of luck to you. But yeah, man, it's getting to a point where people, for the health of their career, don't want to associate with this anymore. Okay, just ask the people outside of Daisy Ridley who were a part of the sequel trilogy. Like, you got Oscar Isaacs, who was a big fan of the series. He would talk ad nauseum at length the amount he had reverence for the franchise, and now he wants nothing to do with it. Adam Driver, the exact same way. John Boyega, unless of course Disney is willing to throw him a paycheck, he will talk at length about how much his character of Finn ended up getting wasted, and justifiably so. How interesting would it have been to have having a former stormtrooper break out of mind control and then eventually become a Jedi? That would have been cool as hell, but no, he ended up getting reduced to being Rey's lovable lackey who just, yells her name every once in a while. Fantastic stuff, and then gets forcibly assaulted by a small Vietnamese lady. Very strange direction that they decided to take this franchise. But yeah, as I said at the beginning, Luke Skywalker is still the avatar for the health of Star Wars, is still the perfect representation. And yeah, with everything that we know right now, that's probably not a good association that Lucasfilm is looking to draw. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.